Coming up on Penn News Now, find out what biology students are doing to preserve specimens for future generations. With graduation approaching fast, Penn seniors may be experiencing symptoms of senioritis. We have details on it and how to fight it. And an arrest was made last Wednesday in connection to the murder of Marquis Todd. Find out who it was and why the process took 2 weeks. All this coming up right here on Penn News Now. Good morning and welcome to another broadcast of WPNN. I'm Dino Landucci IV, and this is Penn News Now. Biology students at Penn have been preserving animals in their vertebrate collection close to a century, allowing future generations of students to look back on Iowa's wildlife for potential research. WPNN reporter Jimmy Ott has the details.
Biology students in Penn University's Health and Life Sciences Division have been adding specimens to their vertebrate collection for over 100 years. Spencer Medlin, a senior who has spent the last 3 years collecting various samples for the collection, says this gives students a chance to preserve a piece of Iowa's natural history for future generations.
At the rate animals are dying nowadays, preserving these fish, who knows, in 100 years those fish might not be around and we'll be the only ones with them in our collection. So that's pretty cool.
Assistant Professor of Biology Pete Aralde says once the samples are gathered and properly labeled, they must be turned into study skins, which is like taxidermy. However, instead of making the animals look like they did in life, the main point of study skins is to give students an up-close look and a chance to learn more about the animal and its habitat.
For a lot of them, sometimes, working hands-on with the animals and learning the anatomy as they're skinning them and the preparation for doing the taxidermy is something completely new for them. And so it's a chance to give them a new experience that, a lot of times students walk away from a project like this and say, oh yeah, I thought I knew about weasel anatomy or the way duck feathers lay, but then I actually worked with one for an hour and I feel like I know it so much better now.
Aralde says this ability to use the animal for years after its death to help educate future generations about it is a huge benefit to the scientific community and outweighs the cost of taking the animal's life.
One of the first questions, not from biologists, but from the general public is, oh, did you kill these animals? Well, yeah, some of them. Some of them I got during hunting season, and yeah, I ate that one. It was a great dinner. And when I also saved the skin, and I've been teaching students for the last 7 years how to identify this animal and learn about its habitat and stuff like that. So in that case, I think, yeah, it's a good thing.
For WPNN, I'm Jimmy Ott.
With the spring semester coming to an end, the Humanities Division Chair Anita Minert has some tips for younger students already preparing for the job market.
Being in class on time, doing your homework, being responsible, that's so you get good references from your faculty in your department, and going to class on time, and then you can get references from outside. So if you just learn those skills now, because that's the most important thing that we hear from employers, they need people to be at their job every day, be there on time or early.
The graduating class of 2018 are almost halfway towards graduation, but some students are still struggling to get back on track to continue doing their schoolwork because they possibly might have senioritis. Here's Alexis Corona with more details on how this condition affects returning students.
Senioritis is a strange disease that occurs to most senior students during the second semester. According to the website Odyssey, senioritis is caused by the severe lack of motivation felt once seniors realize that their grades and academic performances don't matter as much as they previously did. These are some current seniors that found ways to fight against senioritis to finish the semester strong.
My tips for senioritis are learn how to manage your time.
Come down to the Student Success Center. That's where some seniors are at, like me and some other students around.
Work and relax because senior year can be quite stressful.
And I like to remind myself sometimes that you've already made it this far, just keep going, you're almost done.
Come to the library, ask for help. There's a lot of tutors here. And you can get even help from the teacher. You can send an email.
Instructors, fantastic. If you just go up to them and just tell them, hey, I need help with this, and I need you to help me with this, they will make office hour for you.
I think what helps, like, you could watch motivational videos, like any.
In addition, the website Odyssey states that senioritis is considered very common, as it can affect anywhere from 50 to 100% of seniors nationwide. There is approximately 43 days left for graduation. If seniors want to walk and get their degree, they would need to continue working hard until the end to avoid senioritis. This is Alexis Corona with the WPNN show.
William Penn University's men's soccer team is preparing for their spring season with their first day of practice today. They'll be looking forward to be getting ready for their first game on April 14th with a huge victory. All of their games will be at Lacey Complex, and head coach Jamie Highcock is expecting another great spring season from the team with a more offensive playing style of formation. Here's what the head coach had to say.
We're hoping for the guys to, change the style of play that we have been playing. We're hoping to, become more competitive as a team and maybe press the game and win the ball a little bit higher up the field, and hopefully, play what you could call a more attractive style of soccer. Like I said, it depends on the individuals and depends how much they've improved. But ultimately, that's the goal, to, focus on something that we're going to try in the fall.
William Penn basketball, making its third Final Four appearance in 6 years, lost their semifinal game on Monday against the Generals of LSU Alexandria 84-75. The Statesmen were set for the NAIA's semifinals, honoring their spirit of their departed brother Marquis Todd on their backs. Helping keep that spirit alive was the Penn Zone, as many of them made the trip to Kansas City with help from the WPU athletic department paying for 100 of their tickets. The Statesmen came out firing from three, giving them the lead 27-16 with 8.5 left in the first half. But missed opportunities at the free throw line and cooling shooters helped LSU Alexandria tie it up, going into the half tied at 37. The Statesmen finished the game shooting just under 41% and going 4 for 14 at the line. After the break, the Generals started the second half on a tear, scoring 12 of the first 16 points and going on a run in the last 5 minutes, scoring 12 unanswered points. And although the Statesmen fought hard to keep the game close, the run proved too much as the Statesmen fell to LSU Alexandria 84-75 in the semifinals. William Penn ended the year with a 30-5 record and the semifinalists in the NAIA National Tournament, something to be proud of considering the adversity this team has gone through. And on behalf of everyone and myself here at WPNN, we want to congratulate the men and women's basketball team on spectacular seasons as we say goodbye to seniors Michael Donaldson, Corbin Medley, Akeem Santil, Dominic Shaw, Terrell Thompson, Brandon Trotter, J.C. Washington, Sarah Hansen, Morgan Neely, Gianne Geraldo, and Adilis Riley. A week ago, authorities arrested a man in connection with the murder of William Penn student Marquise Todd, almost 2 weeks after the homicide. Here's the story. Media from all across Iowa were at the Mahaska County Sheriff's Department as SAC Mike Moxinger from the Iowa Division on Criminal Investigation held a press conference Friday afternoon with an update on the investigation into the death of William Penn student Marquise Todd.
On March 14th, this morning, members of the Oskaloosa Police Department and the Marion County Sheriff's Office arrested Luke Van Emmert, 23, of 603 North 3rd Street here in Oskaloosa. Van Emmert was charged with 1 count of murder in the 2nd degree. He is currently being held in the Mahaska County Jail on $500,000 cash-only bond. Van Emmert was taken into custody without incident at approximately 10 a.m. this morning at his place of employment in Pella, Iowa.
Motsinger goes on to explain why the arrest was made 2 weeks after the homicide.
With death investigations, it can last. We can maybe arrest someone that very same day. It might be 5 years from now. It might be 3 weeks from now. It kind of depends on how the investigation comes about, what information we're able to obtain, what information is factual versus misinformation and not the truth. That just makes our jobs a lot harder when people start spreading misinformation through social media, everything.
Todd was a beloved friend and teammate to many students on campus, and everyone here has felt his absence at William Penn. For William Penn News Now, I'm Dino Landucci IV. And according to the Des Moines Register, Van Hemert is claiming self-defense as a court document filed Thursday asked the judge to have the $500,000 bail reduced. And we want to thank you for watching and tell you to tune in next month as we take a look into the high price of higher education and a special 3-part broadcast. And from all of us here at WPNN, my director Jimmy Ott, Mason Schrader, Cheyenne Hawkes, Alexis Corona, Arthur Luige, and James Rivera, I'm Dino Landucci IV. Have a great day, William Penn.